Volodymyr Zelensky is clearly in the lead, and Yulia Tymoshenko, the former prime minister, is out. The gap between her and Petro Poroshenko seems to be too big, at least 3 points, for her to really mount a serious challenge to that, as she had suggested that she might yesterday evening. So it looks like Petro Poroshenko and Volodymyr Zelensky will be facing off in the second round. And currently, the opinion polls say that Volodymyr Zelensky will win that by a landslide. However, a lot of Ukrainians think that could change, and could change quite dramatically in these 3 weeks of campaigning between the first round and the second round. This is a country at war and facing a very difficult economic situation, and Petro Poroshenko will be trying to argue that it is simply not responsible in these circumstances to elect somebody with so little political experience. All eyes will be on Volodymyr Zelensky now to see if he can change his persona in a way and be more statesmanlike and campaign in a more serious way than he has done hitherto. He said yesterday evening that he would be prepared to debate with Petro Poroshenko in a televised debate. The way that debate goes, I think, could be a very determining factor in the ultimate result of this election.
Gulliver, a lot of people have been noting other world leaders who, like Zelensky, have come from the world of TV and indeed went on to take government positions. Donald Trump, Beppe Grillo. How apt do you think those comparisons are?
Well, it certainly shows that Ukraine is part of a global tendency, I think, where people are able to come from very little or no political experience, often from the world of show business, and become prime ministers or presidents. And so that is definitely something that is happening on the global scale. On the other hand, I think that there are a lot of differences that it's worth noting between Donald Trump and Beppe Grillo and Volodymyr Zelensky. Volodymyr Zelensky has notably had a campaign that's been very free of aggression. He tried hard not to criticize his opponents. He said that he wants to be the new generation coming to power and sweep away the old elites. But his campaign was not an aggressive one. And also, unlike Beppe Grillo and in a sense Donald Trump, Volodymyr Zelensky is absolutely not somebody that you can imagine allying with the far right. He is a Russian speaker. He's of Jewish origin. He says that Ukraine should be going for a kind of patriotism that is much less ethnocentric or Ukrainian language centric as what has been put forward by Petro Poroshenko, especially in the last year of his presidency. Also, Volodymyr Zelensky is not a populist in the sense of promising completely sort of economic successes that are very hard to imagine being realised. He's quite pragmatic on that score. What's really interesting about him, though, is how he mixes fact and fiction. A massive part of his campaign has been this TV series in which he plays a fictional president on television. The last season of that came out just last Wednesday and was full of clear messages about the current political situation. But he allows himself to mix fact and fiction and to never be exactly clear when he is joking and when he is being serious. And so that's something that's very fascinating to watch, but also in a way quite alarming.